Hey everybody, Don Georgievich here with Job Interview Tools. Today I want to give you my 3 best tips to crack your next job interview. So if you want to know how to totally blow your next interview out of the water, hit the like button on this video, subscribe to my channel, and ring the bell. So you got a job interview coming up. Obviously you want to ace it. Obviously you want to crush it. You want to just blow that thing out of the water so that there's absolutely no doubt in their mind that they want to hire you. Of course you do. That's why you're here. And you know what? I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it. First thing, number 1, stop memorizing your answers. That's right. Stop memorizing answers. Don't go into a job interview with your list of answers that you downloaded off the internet or you downloaded from my site, whatever it is, and you think you're just going to go in there and memorize what I say word for word and then go into a job interview and try to say that. That doesn't work because, I'll tell you why it doesn't work. When you're in the job interview, you're in a different environment. You're not at home where it's relaxed and you can memorize things in a calm way. When you're in the interview setting, it gets nervous in there. It gets tense. There's other people. They're asking you questions. You're out of your environment. If you have memorized answers all up here and you plan to just give them out word for word, you're gonna crumble. You're just gonna go to pieces. They're gonna ask you a question and you're gonna start thinking, you're gonna start twiddling your lip and everything. You're gonna get really nervous and you're not gonna know what to say because it's not gonna come to you. You didn't practice those answers in front of people. You just practiced them in the mirror, or maybe not even the mirror, maybe just reading them over and over and over, thinking that you're going to go into the interview and be able to recite them word for word. It doesn't work that way. There's a better way. Instead of memorizing, rehearse them. That means similar to memorizing, but the difference is when you rehearse an answer, it sounds different every time you say it. So it's not the same verbatim word for word answer. It's more of a natural way that you would give that answer in public or you're talking to somebody else. And a rehearsed answer sounds different every time you give it. So how do you rehearse an answer? Well, get yourself a camera like I have right here and I'm talking to you. Get in front of that camera and put a picture of some interviewers in front of that camera and pretend like you're talking to your interviewers. And then pretend that they ask you, tell me about yourself, or why do you want to work here, or what are your greatest weakness, whatever it is, and then look at the camera and just give that answer. Then go back and watch what you look like, what you sound like. And then do that answer again, and do it again, and do it again. But try to do it different every time. Same content, same framework, but just, a different way of saying it. That's a rehearsed answer. And that way, when you're in the interview, where it's nervous and the interviewers are breathing down on you and there's 5 people in the room all just looking at you, trying to grill you with questions, when they ask you one, you just give them one of your rehearsed answers. It's polished. You've said it over and over and over, and you've said it a different way every time, that there's no place to get stuck giving that answer because it's just going to come out naturally. It'll sound different every time you say it. So there you go. Number 1, stop memorizing your answers. Number 2, read the job description. Don't just read it once. Read it over and over and over again. That job description that they give you, that they have posted online, is a blueprint for what they're looking for. Don't just look at it once and say, oh, they're looking for a marketing manager. Great, I'm going to apply to that. No. You want to print that job description out, go through it line by line, word for word, and get a feeling for what they're looking for. Understand it. And like I said, it's a blueprint for the person that they're looking for. It has problems in it that they might be facing. It has obstacles. It will have accountabilities in it. Development, whatever it is. Everything is going to be in there because they're looking to hire somebody who can solve their problems, work in customer service, whatever, grow a division, sell a product, do a product launch, anything, could be anything, whatever it is. But it's a blueprint for what they want. So the more familiar you become with what they're looking for, the better you can shape your own presentation to match what they're looking for. And that's one of the biggest problems people have. They go into a job interview thinking that, it's just going to be easy and they're just going to answer some questions, and they don't have any real focus. They're letting the employer drive it. But if you understand what that employer is looking for, not if, but when you understand what that employer is looking for, then you can match it. You can present yourself as a solution to them. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but the more familiar you become with that job description, the better, the more stronger of a position you are going to be in when you're interviewing for the job. And you can just mirror what they're looking for, and ta-da, here I am. I'm what you're looking for. Offer me the job now. Right? Not quite, but very close. It's one element. It's one element. There's a lot of different things, but this is just one piece. And the better you understand them, the better your chances are of getting the job. And number 3, try to anticipate where the interview is going to go. So don't just think you're going to show up and they're going to ask you some questions and, they're either going to like you or not. I mean, maybe it seems that way on the surface, but try to understand where it's going to go. Put yourself in their shoes. Think about if you were interviewing somebody for this position, what would you do? How would you do it? What kind of questions would you ask them? Would you ask them, how they have done similar things before? And would you ask them how they would build a team? Would you ask them what their management style is? How and why? Think about that. Just get that job description. Back to step 2. Become familiar with it. Anticipate questions that they might ask you, or pretend that you are the hiring manager for this position. What questions would you want to know from somebody? And anticipate where you think they might go. Simple as that, my friend. You do those 3 things, stop memorizing, read the job description, anticipate where the interview is going to go, boom, you're 90% there. It's that easy. Now, I know I said I'm only going to give you 3 hacks to acing your interview, but you know what? I'm feeling generous today. I'm going to give you a 4th. This is a little side tip. This is something that I used to do when I interviewed for jobs. What I'd like to do is schedule 2 interviews in one day. Now, that's not always possible, but it does wonders for your confidence. And what I would like to do is I would like to schedule an interview in the afternoon for the job that I really wanted, and then I would schedule another interview in the morning for one that maybe I wanted, but maybe not as much, or maybe I wanted it too. I don't remember. But I would have one in the morning and one in the afternoon. So I'd go in the one in the morning at like 9 o'clock in the morning, interview for a couple hours. And what that does is that gets all those interview jitters worked out of your system. And by the end of the interview, you're relaxed. I mean, you're exhausted, but you're relaxed. And you got all those nervous jitters just kind of dissipated. And then you go have some lunch, and then you go to your afternoon interview. And then you're not nervous anymore. You already went through it. You already got raked over the coals in the morning. Now you're doing the afternoon interview with somebody else. You are super confident. You are pumped. You are stoked. And there's nothing that they can throw at you because you're just feeling so good, so strong, so confident about yourself and your abilities that you're so relaxed in the interview. And it actually gives you a chance to be yourself, because that's who you really need to be in an interview. Is you need to be yourself. Don't be somebody you're not. Don't try to take all the advice that I give you and shape that. Don says I need to be this and I need to be this and I need to be that, but I'm not that kind of person. Then don't do that. Do what feels right for you. If you like what I'm saying and you agree with it, and you want to change something the way that you're doing, then by all means. But if you're comfortable doing one thing one way, and Don says, well, do it another, and you don't feel right about it, then don't do it. Because the advice that I share with everybody, I mean, it's generalized advice. It's meant to serve a wide variety of people. But there's going to be this narrow band of people that maybe my advice doesn't serve them as well. So there's always going to be unique situations. And I always hear about it in the comments too. I give out some advice to help somebody with something or help a wide variety of people. And then, one person writes in and says, well, that doesn't work for me. Well, okay. I'm sorry. I'm not really sorry. But the advice is meant to help a wide variety of people. I try to help everybody. But it's not going to work for everybody all the time in their unique situation. I'm just telling you things that have worked for me. And I found it very beneficial for me to schedule 2 interviews. Now, at the end of the day, if 2 interviews, I am spent. I'm gone. I've spent 4 or 5 hours interviewing all day long. It's exhausting. But it primed me. The morning interview primed me for the afternoon interview. And I went in and I did a fantastic job. And maybe that'll work for you, and maybe it won't. But like I said, that was just a bonus tip. All right, my friend? Now, that's all I have for you today. But before your next interview, head on over to Job Interview Tools. Head on over and grab a copy of the Complete Interview Answer Guide. This guide has over 140 different questions and answers in it. Teaches you how to answer behavioral questions, management questions. Tell me about yourself. Why do you want to work here? If you have a bad grade point average, this tells you how to answer questions about a poor grade point average. It's going to cover all the different questions that you can expect to get asked in an interview. Now, they're probably going to ask you some experience or technical questions that are very unique and specific to the job that you're applying to. Something like that's not going to be in here. This is just going to cover a broad scope of most of the questions that you can expect to get asked. I've had people get this book and they're like, Don, I went to an interview, and half the questions in your guide were on my interview. Other people said, Don, they must have had your book. 100% of the questions they asked me were in your book. And then I've had people who've come back and said, Don, I went to my interview and not a single question they asked me was in your book. But they said, because I read your book, because I practiced those answers, I was able to answer the questions that I wasn't expecting to get asked. So even if they don't ask you one single question from my book or my YouTube videos or whatever, just practicing and rehearsing your answers to those questions is going to put you in a position so that you are better equipped to answer any question that they ask you. Now, this guide here, you can get this in hard copy like this right here. It's about 140 pages. I'll ship this book out to you. You can get the ebook version, download it. It's like $50. Send it right to your email. It also comes in video and audio. So you can download all the audio tracks of me answering these questions if you like listening to me all day long. If this isn't enough and you want more, get the audio version, put them on your phone, take me wherever you go, and then listen and prepare and practice. I believe this is the only book anywhere really that's in hard copy, that's in audio, that's in video, and ebook PDF. Not even Amazon. You can't find something that's this complete, this well-rounded, that covers all these different areas. So head on over to jobinterviewtools.com, get that book. If you don't like it, if it doesn't work for you, say, hey, Don, this didn't work for me. I want my money back. Bam, you got your money back. So that's all I got for you today. This book has been used by tens of thousands, probably even more than that. I don't even know how many people. A lot of people have been using this book over the last 10 years. And it's made a huge difference in their interviews. And not a day goes by that I don't get an email from somebody that says, Don, I bought your book, used it, and totally aced my interview. In some cases, I get people saying, Don, I bought your book, and now I got 2 interviews, or I got 2 offers. What am I supposed to do? I'm like, well, pick the one that you want the most. So I guarantee you, you're going to go farther. I can only go so far in these videos and training on YouTube, and that's why I have these paid programs like this that just go deeper into the topic and will just take you on a longer, more intimate journey through your job search and through answering questions and getting you prepared for your next interview. All right, my friend, that's all I have for you. If you like my channel and you like this video, subscribe to my channel and give this video a like. All right, my friend, good luck on your next interview. I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.